You are welcome to another windy night at Heffron Synthetic and a top of the table clash. Well, we have Raiders at the top of the table and pretty close on their top goal scorers as well. One significantly missing tonight is Yanni. Ollie on our right here on the bench to start. He started himself on the bench. He's a good player and he will be looking to get a couple of goals at least to try and catch up with the infamous Yanni. We will go through the team player names and numbers as we see them and try and keep an eye on the match. That's a decent ball across but can't be kept in by Jack. For the Raiders, we have in goals Braden, number 8 is Evan, 60 is Jack, 21 is Wallow, 86 is Lemo and 12 is Ollie. Only put Matip in, I should say, in the white. Are missing a few players tonight and they will need to have a top performance to get any results out here. And a chance here, a decent effort, as I was being asked for a code there or something, being interrupted by the number 7. That is Luke for only put Matip in. Matip is a player for Liverpool and you can guess the joke on the rest of the name yourself. Not all the players have a name or a number on the back of their shirt, and that is the good win by Ashton, who's wearing the Ronaldo Manchester United shirt. Straight through to Ollie, who was looking to get his first one and get off the mark tonight. Back to Ashton, plays a nice ball into the middle, will break for the player in the Pagewood top. That's Ollie. Jack wins it down nicely, played in towards Ollie's feet, but Lockie loses it and he's in a battle now, a physical battle as well as keeping the ball. Lockie tries to nutmeg in the corner and plays it out, and it will be a Raiders ball on the left hand side, and the referee allows that to play on, and the ball is put to the left and wide by Steve, who wasn't on the team sheet, but we do have him now, and he's just embarrassed to take himself off there in front of camera. Top of the table, they can't have any mistakes at all or they'll be really crucial to points at the end of the season or goal difference or anything. So they are changing up nicely here, the Raiders. There's nobody too good to stay on the pitch all the time, as Lockie tries to find Luke and does in the pink boots. Plays the ball into Ollie in the middle, plays a ball on the far side to Matt, that's the number 14, as the keeper Braden comes out and wins it nicely. I think I was calling him Lemo last week for some reason. That's what was written down. Yes, it is Braden, and he has the number 1 on the back, and I don't have that number. So we've had some cracking games here tonight. I've just refed for myself. Most recently, we had the Weekend Lovers, who were just leaving just behind us as I nearly get hit with a ball. They had a solid performance and they really enjoyed my commentary. They were advising, and this video is sponsored by Awake Water as we're having a kick in here with Steve. Back to Braden. Plays a long ball, Lockie intercepts, plays it up to Luke, who has an effort, and that will be our first goal of the game. It was a hopeful ball by Lockie up to him, but he's made the absolute best of that Luke. The number 7 in the Vinicius Junior top, in the Vinicius Junior form. That's 1-0. 2 only put Matip in at this point. I haven't recorded from the very start. I did need to get things set up, as the referee has a slight think about that one and does give a free kick to Ollie, the number 12 for the Raiders. Play it quick. All these free kicks are indirect, by the way, as you probably know, and it might go out for a corner, saved on the far side by Matt, and it will be a kick in. Not a big difference between a corner and a kick in. A corner is direct, a kick in is indirect. That's the only difference here. You don't see many scored from a direct kick in, as the Raiders tried to do it, but on the break is the goal scorer Luke on the far side, and he's still on the ball. Still Luke, and he will have an effort. Great save by Braden. Lockie lets it run out of play. Lockie sorts out his options. Good ball. Doesn't come into him. Alright, we've got an issue. Wide against wide on the far side, and they're just putting on bibs. I think Galwegians have come over and they'll happily dress in green, being Irish, as we're battling here with the Raiders trying to break out. It is Ollie, and it breaks to Luke. And a gorgeous turn from the Raiders. Creates a nice bit of space, plays it back into the middle to Matt. Ollie was free on the far side, that doesn't come to him. It comes to the number 60. That is Jack. He had a good game last week. Lockie plays it outside to Luke, who plays a nice ball back to him, and Luke runs again, but it will come to Braden in goals. It is a quick tempo, as you'd expect here in the top division and top of the group, with the Raiders propping it up. We did have a couple of double point games earlier on, and I know one team in particular weren't too satisfied about that. That was Dynamo Tala, and they ended up losing in their double pointer, which the Raiders will be delighted to hear. They lost to Murder on Zidane's floor. A popular name, and a good save there by Keegan. He had to jump down to his right. Breaks out to Lockie, who's got his head up and will pass it around. Plays it to Ashton. Matt is looking for some attention on the right hand side here in front of the camera. He's not getting any at the moment though. And it will be a kick in for Only Put Matip in. Keegan's dad is an avid fan and coach on the stands in the left here. Will be cheering on the boys in white. They have been unlucky in a couple of weeks gone by, and they are missing, as I said, a couple of players that I have refereed with or supervised at least on a Wednesday. As a great crossrail ball comes across, excellently collected by the number 21, who play it out to the far side, and we might have an effort here from the Raiders. It's a good save by Keegan, and 21 was Wallow, who had that nice touch. Oh, it was a decent ball back inside, but Evan couldn't get a head on it. Christian and Ethan are the players that are missing for Only Put Matip in. Ethan is training with UNSW under 20 State League, so he's got training tonight and can't play alongside his mates here, as Luke puts in a dangerous ball. Matt can't get on the end of that, or Ollie should I say. We're over the halfway point in this match. I've only been recording for 8 minutes. This video is sponsored by Awake Water. You can buy Awake Water at awakewater.earth. It's the best and finest water around. It is structured and it is available to purchase for $15.50 for 15 litres with free delivery to your door. It's 1-0 to Only Put Matip in. Nice turn by Ollie, but may lose it. He doesn't lose it. It's back to Ollie again, linking up well with Matt. He's got Luke outside. Dangerous left foot here. Plays it back inside and won't get a shot away. Ollie comes to Matt. Good feet. Plays it back to Lockie, who says keep it. Ball in again to the middle to Ollie. To Ashton, who's going to have a crack with his left foot. Doesn't get a lot of power on it. It seems to be a little bit of push. It was on the far side of me, and that will be a free kick for Only Put Matip in. And they are 1-0 up. And yeah, time is ticking. You can hear that on my watch. That was 17 minutes gone. That's not the match sign. That was from when my previous game ended. And again, if you want to have your team commentated on, you may send an email to the irishcommentator@gmail.com. Nice ball to Luke, who keeps it in. It doesn't go out, but referee said 2 minutes to half time. We do appreciate that. And the Raiders do appreciate getting that sideline ball that wasn't fully out. But again, we don't have any linesmen here at all. It's really difficult to call it with these lights and at night time. Kind of like Stoke on a wet Tuesday night, a wet and windy Tuesday night. Heffron Park can get like that, but it isn't too rainy tonight, or not rainy at all. It's 1-0 to only put Matip in, and Raiders on the break tried to have an effort, and that was their number 15, Stephen. He is a force in the air, couldn't get that on target. Keegan kicks it out to Lockie, and I must say, only put Matip in are way younger, and they're playing in against a big wind as well. They're playing the sensible thing when there is a wind in your face, playing it along the ground. Luke keeps it in nicely but loses it. Looking to break is Tommy, plays it back to Evan, to Ollie I should say. Comes to Evan now, told to turn, and he turns straight into Ollie. There's not a lot of talking here from both sides. I thought the Raiders would be more vocal, and the young guys were only hearing it from Lockie, who's speaking at sensible times. Christian was the other player alongside Ethan, who is no longer with this team. He is gone to America, to California, and hopefully he'll have a cracking time over there studying accountancy. Lockie plays a decent ball to the left hand side to Matt. Will be an orange ball, and you just got to accept those decisions and get back. You know, they will be wrong, they will go against you sometimes. You just got to accept it and don't let teams play a quick ball against you. Lockie got Keegan to his left, might play it simple. Ollie and Luke were making decent runs, and that comes straight through to Braden. It's tackled, and it will be a kick into the whites. Slightly in front of the line, but we've played on, and Ollie can't dance through, and Matt tries to block it. Looking to break now with the Raiders. Ollie on the ball, turns one way, then the other, and has an effort on goal. Seems to have gotten a touch and gone out for a corner. There is a bit of a hole in the net down there as well, but we will have a kick in for the Raiders on the far side. Gets a deflection, and it will be a kick in just on half time. It is 1-0 to only put Matip in. We will be back for the second half, the whole of the second half, coming soon.